So, hello everybody. How's everyone doing today? I know I'm the last person standing between us and happy hour, so I'll be quick and hopefully informative. So today I'm going to talk about what is user research, why it's important, and how to get started. I'm also excited to share a little bit about some of our findings that we've discovered with our Synapse users. So to start us off with, what is user research? So UX research is the systematic study of users' perceptions and interactions with products and services. It's about understanding your users at a deep level, acknowledging their needs, goals, behaviors, and preferences. At MetaMask, research isn't something that's one and done. It's iterative and collaborative, approach that involves designers, engineers, product managers, and marketers, and more. Our team employs a wide range of methodologies to gather and make sense of user feedback, to reduce risks and costs in the development process, and to help improve the experience for everybody. So why should we care about user research? Ultimately, it's about the who, what, and why. We should care about user research because we can identify critical pain points or concerns like this one participant we had during a recent interview. Here we have a participant, a power user, who manages a family office with their crypto investments. And despite this person's extensive experience in crypto, we can see here that this person's concerns about security would affect if and how they would use a particular snap. And this is one of many people who express concerns about security, which became a major theme for our team. So conducting user research allows our team to see how things like security can affect behavior and help us identify things that we can address head on. So what have we learned about Snap's users so far? Our team's been conducting user research since Snap's launch late last year, and we're happy to share some of the findings that we have with you today. So yes, people hear about Snaps through marketing we do at MetaMask, but an emerging theme appeared as we talked to more people. People we talked to heard about Snaps through their peer groups, such as friends or family members. They also learned about Snaps through social media, Twitter, now X, or YouTube, where they hear other people talk about Snaps, review them, and do sort of tutorials, step-by-step tutorials. Trust is key, and people want to do their own research. So here I would recommend focusing on quality educational and marketing content so that people can learn about what your snaps can do and then post them everywhere. People's understanding of snaps can be fuzzy. Yes, they compared them to apps in the App Store or Chrome extensions on the browser, but people still need more time to understand what snaps are. More specifically, the range of use cases available. Participants find the idea of extending the functionality of the MetaMask wallet very enticing, but they want a clear value proposition. So here I would focus on providing information about your Snaps use case. Explain to users what these snaps can help them do. Provide easy to read copy, screenshots, videos, step-by-step tutorials, so that people know what to expect when installing and using your snap. Security is top of mind for people interacting with a blockchain, and doing your own research is a key mantra in the crypto space. People we talk to tend to visit developers' websites, social media profiles, or code repos to assess the credibility of a particular product or service. So here, focus on making your websites, social media profiles, and communications as official and professional as possible. Consider hosting live or recorded tutorials, demos, or Q&A sessions to increase visibility and increase trust with your users. While the majority of participants had a seamless experience installing a snap, we've had a few people complain about their experience, ranging from increased CPU usage, snaps crashing, unintuitive design, or confusing onboarding flow. And this is where user research can help fix these issues. So when can you start doing user research? The answer is anytime. You can conduct user research at any point in the development process. Want to understand why your users are using your Snap? Consider an interview. Maybe a great way to get at the crux of their goals and motivations. Are you seeing drop-off in usage, or are you unsure whether a design flow is meeting your users' needs? Consider a usability test to see your users are able to complete critical tasks within your Snap. Conducting user research can help de-risk each step of your development process. So when can I get started with user research? Or so how can I get started with user research? There's a vast range of research methods you can choose from, depending on what you want to learn and your team's constraints. These methods can capture attitudes and behaviors, directly or indirectly, quantitatively or qualitatively, and can range from a few users to hundreds of users. Getting started may feel overwhelming, but I can review a few common and cost-effective methods that you can start using today. So interviews are a great way to get at the crux of your users' goals and motivations. Interviews are one of my favorite methods to do at MetaMask because it allows us to dig deeper into tricky issues and it allows us to ask follow-up questions. We often uncover topics, or we often uncover issues or pain points that are unrelated to the topic at hand, which we often add to our research backlog that we can do further investigation in the future. But I guess one major drawback to interviews is it can be very time and labor intensive. It takes time to write the questions, to recruit the participants, to run the sessions, review the transcripts, and just make sense of what your users are telling you. But there are tools and services out there that can help streamline the process. Surveys are a great way to get a large amount of data from your users. Most, if not all, the data is quantitative, so it allows you to do more advanced statistical analysis. Surveys are fast and cheap. You can post the links online, send them through email, and you can collect data all around the clock. However, surveys require careful design and wording. If a participant ever has a question or confused about anything in the survey, they won't be able to ask you, and that may jeopardize the quality of your responses. Surveys are a great way of answering of how much or how many, but not necessarily good at surfacing the why or the how behind your users' needs. Surveys can also be vulnerable to inaccurate or incomplete responses or spam or bot attacks. Usability tests are one way to observe how your users or people use your product, and it'd be a great way to identify UX issues in real time. Depending on how complex your flow is, you can have tests that are moderated or unmoderated, but usability tests do require a bit more planning, tooling, and training to execute well. Another drawback is that usability tests don't actually mirror real-world usage, and you won't be able to capture all of your UX issues. Lastly, you can use analytic tools like Google Analytics, Mixpanel, or Hotjar to capture data like usage, retention, and other key metrics that you want to measure. Depending on your needs, it doesn't cost that much time or money to set up, but it does require careful interpretation and contextualization of your users' needs and goals. And like surveys, they're good at surfacing how much and how many, but not necessarily the how and why behind your users' motivations. Oops. Sorry. So getting started with user research can be intimidating, but here are a few tips and strategies that we use at MetaMask that might be helpful to you. So first, focus on what you hope to uncover with your research. What do you want to learn? And what sort of decisions do you want to make after the research is done? Depending on your target audience, consider recruiting a diverse pool of participants. with different sorts of experience levels, because your users may not behave or act the way that you do. And people are naturally inclined to help, but if you ever have issues recruiting people, consider incentivizing them by offering them money, gift cards, or even crypto. For most people, time is money. And lastly, there's no such thing as perfect research. Depending on your team's needs and constraints, even a few quality data points can help you challenge assumptions and get you ever so closer to your users' needs. Everyone in this room had a hand in helping getting Snaps to where we are today, and together we can find ways to create a more robust, open, and vibrant Snaps ecosystem. Thank you.